All right, this is part two. My phone just cut me off. That you could, what I was saying, that you could commit the same crimes that Jake commit, okay, and get off scot free. But when Jake do it, you slap 30, 40, 50 years life, if not so on him, man. Okay, that's another woe to you. That's another Why is that scripture not popping up? It's Revelations 12, I think. Let me see. Psalms 50. And 16. But unto the wicked, Yahweh saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth? It's talking about Esau trying to use this book, okay, to justify his actions, okay? Seeing thou hatest instruction and casting my words behind thee, when thou sawest a thief, then thou contendest with him, and hast been partaker with adulterers. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Who is thy brother? Okay? Go back to Genesis 25, the 25th chapter. It's Genesis 25 and 21. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him. And Rebekah his wife conceived, and the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the other shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like an hairy garment, and they call his name Esau. Okay? And after that, his brother came out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 60 years old. Who was Esau? Edom? You so-called Caucasians. Who was Jacob? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay? So let's go back. Right? I'm going to start at the 19th verse again. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Who? Jacob. That's what you're doing. That's what you've been doing, man. Every time you do something, you try to post it as if we're the problem. Okay? Thy brother thou slanderest thy own mother's son. Okay? So let me get that scripture. I think it's Revelations, the 11th chapter. Now it's not popping up. Let me type in cast out. It usually pops up. Now it's not. Yeah, there it is. This is Revelation 10 and 12. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now has come salvation and strength in the kingdom of our power, and the power of his Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, which means, which if you go in the word Christ, it means anointed. Okay? For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. Okay? And who's the accuser of our brethren? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Okay? You've labeled us as thugs. Okay? Murderers, drug dealers, okay? Which you were the one who created our people to be that way, okay? Because they're following after you. I mean, that's really you, man. Okay, and you being casted down right now. And it's going to come, and you being casted down spiritually, and it's going to physically come, okay? When the Lord gives it the green light to go, right? Okay? And really, you're just mad because you see your downfall. And your women, okay, coming to us more and more, you can't stand that. Okay? Deuteronomy 30:7 said that and the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. Okay? And one of the curses that we had to go through in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, that we're still going through because the curses are still on us and they're slowly falling upon you heathen. Okay? One of them was that woman. Let me see. This is one of them. This is Deuteronomy. Okay? Let me see. This 56th verse. The tender and delicate woman among you. Actually, let me start the 15th verse. I always read that. But it shall come to pass that thou wilt not hearken to the voice of the Lord thy power to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee, overtake thee. So he's talking to the Israelites, okay? And now one of them was the tender and delicate woman among you, which would not venture to set the foot of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness. Her eyes shall be evil towards the husband of her bondman, toward her son, and toward her daughter, man. And that's what you see, okay? Our women don't. We're the only nation where we basically, our women are against us, okay? Our women are completely against us. They're disobedient to us, okay? And that when it comes to Esau, being with Esau, they're quiet. They listen to him. Okay, they do what he say. That's a curse. Okay, it fell upon our nation. Okay, our households are broken up due to it. Okay, but when you put a nation of people into slavery, that's an act of war. And basically, okay, hold on. Let me get another curse. It says it was another one in here that ties into that. There it is. It's Deuteronomy 28:30. Thou shalt betroth a wife, which means, to marry, and another man shall lie with her. Thou shalt build an house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and shalt not gather the grapes thereof. And that's two. That's manifold. It's actually talking about us, building communities, trying to build communities like Black Wall Street, and that will get. And then what happened to that? That got destroyed, or Esau claimed hold on it, and that's. And when you marry a woman, which marriage is sex, okay, you are basically building a house with her. By what? Bringing forth kids, right? But the curse was that we would marry a wife and somebody would lie with her. When we first came here, Esau, okay, ravished our women, which means to rape our women, right? And now our women are willfully, due to the curses I read in the 56th verse, okay, are sleeping with these heathens. Mainly, the main heathen was Esau, okay? So that's the thing, man. Now the curses are falling upon you. Now you see a lot of these Edomite women coming to us, okay? But let me show you an example. This video, I ain't meant to make it long. Okay? Because this is what happens when a nation is put into captivity. This is let me see. This is an example. I'm gonna just start at the Nahum 31:1. And the Numbers, not Nahum, Salakia, Numbers 31:1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, avenge the children of Israel of the Midianites. Afterward shalt thou be gathered unto thy people. And Moses spake unto the people, saying, arm some of yourselves unto the war, and let them go against the Midianites. Avenge the Lord of Midian. So we under them. Of every tribe 1,000 throughout all the tribes of Israel shall ye send to the war. So there were delivered out of the thousands of Israel 1,000 of every tribe, 12,000 armed for war. So you're getting ready to go war with the Midianites who were under. And Moses sent them to the war, 1,000 of every tribe, them and Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the priest, to the war with the holy instruments and the trumpets to blow in his hand. And they warred against the Midianites as the Lord commanded Moses, and they slew all the males. And they slew the kings of Midian, beside the rest of them that was slain, namely Evi, Rechem, and Zur, and Hur, and Reba, 5 kings of Midian, Balaam, also the son of Beor, they slew with the sword. And the children of Israel took all the women of Midian captives, right? So it's same, if you think about when the transatlantic slave trade happened, they put us in the captivity. And what did they do? And their little ones, and took the spoil of all their cattle and all their flocks and all their goods, and they burnt all their cities wherein they dwelt, and all their goodly castles with fire, and they took all the spoil and all the prey, both men and of beasts, and they brought the captives and the prey and the spoil unto Moses and Eleazar the priest, and unto the congregation of the children of Israel, unto the camp at the plains of Moab, which are by Jordan near Jericho. And Moses and Eleazar the priest and all the princes of the congregation went forth to meet them without the camp. And Moses was wroth with the officers of the host, with the captains of over 1,000 and captains of over hundreds, which came from the battle. And Moses said unto them, Have ye saved all the women alive? Behold, these caused the children of Israel through the counsel of Balaam to commit trespass against the Lord in the matter of Peor, and there was a plague among the congregation of the Lord. Now therefore, kill every male among the little ones, and kill every woman that had known man by lying with them. Basically, that man has laid with her, basically marriage. But all the women, children that have not known a man by lying with them, keep alive for yourselves, man. So they were what? Spoils of war, man. Okay? That's basically what happened to our people. We went into captivity, and what? Esau had his way with our women. All the tribes, man. Okay? He had his way with our women. And that's what you see now. There's spoils of war. Esau has the best of our women. But once again, the curse is slowly coming upon him. You starting to see him affecting him. That's why he's spazzing out, man. He can't take it, man. Okay? He hates what he's seeing, man. Okay? So, and we gonna have your women. Okay? So get over it, man. This is Deuteronomy 21. Okay? Because this is going to happen soon. Esau is going to be taken down by Yahweh Shem Yahushua. He's going to use what? His men. Okay? It tells you in Jeremiah 16:16. Okay? For the Lord have sent many fishers, but soon he shall send for... let me get that real quick. Before I get this verse. This is Jeremiah 16:16. For behold, I will send for many fishers, said the Lord, and they shall fish them. So what are we fishing for? We're fishing for the elect, the house of David. Okay? And they shall fish for them, and after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks, man. Okay? So these men that you see prophesying, okay, use the scriptures. Soon, the Lord's going to give them spiritual power, okay, according to the scriptures, okay? And they're going to become hunters, man. For on all you people, read examples. Ezekiel 9:4. Jeremiah the 50th chapter, where it talks about the battle axes, how we will become the Lord's battle axes, and we shall break the mountains, young, old, whatever, man. Okay? So let's get that. Okay? This is what's gonna happen. Same thing that happened to us is gonna come back on you Edomites, man. The rest of you heathen nations, man. Is Deuteronomy 21:10. When thou goest forth to war against thine enemies, and the Lord thy power hath devoured them, delivered them into thy hands, and thou hast taken them captive, and see among the captives a beautiful woman, and hast desire unto her, that thou wouldest have her to thy wife, then thou shalt bring her home to thine house, and she shall shave her head and pare her nails. And she shall put the raiment of her captivity from off her, and shall remain in thine house, and bewail her father and her mother a full month. And after that thou shalt go in unto her, and be her husband, marriage, sex, and she shall be thy wife. Okay? So that's spoils of war right there. Okay? And that's what's gonna happen to you Edomites. Okay? As as the days draw nigh of Jacob's trouble on your downfall. Okay? And this is Job 39. I think it's the 38th chapter. It is Job, the 27th chapter. Right? This is Job 27 and 13. This is the portion of a wicked man with Yahweh, and the heritage of oppressors. And you are the heritage of oppressors, Esau. It tells you in Micah 2 and 2. And they cover fields and take a man's house and oppress a man in his house and his heritage. You know, I butchered it, but you could get it. You know? Okay? Which they shall receive of the Almighty. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread. And your children is being affected by what? This opioid crisis. Okay, you're not bringing kids. You're not having enough kids to reproduce your nation. That's what's happening. Okay, those that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widows shall not weep. So that's what's gonna happen, man. When you physically you being taken down by this word, but when you physically get taken down, as it said in Jeremiah the 16 and 16, your women ain't even gonna weep for you, man. They're gonna basically the curse is gonna be fully upon you by then, and then they're gonna have an evil eye towards you as they're starting to do now, and they're gonna look at you and be like, why did you kill why did you do this to the Israelites? Why did you hang the Israelites? Why are you lie on the Israelites? Okay? That's what's gonna happen. Okay? And that's what you Edomites you can't stand, you don't want to see, but you're starting to see it. Okay? So, that's my lesson. Little ones is edifying, went a little bit over, went over the time limit, but so what? At least as long as it's edifying. Call Lord Allah Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, and shalom to the elect.